Hello and welcome to the June Internationals Round 3 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, your best place for rugby predictions and opinion. And first up, we have this weekend Tonga hosting Samoa. Now, both these sides lost last weekend, narrow losses. Tonga lost to Georgia and Samoa lost to Fiji. I'm going to back Tonga to win this one, to be honest with you. They're the side that qualified for the Rugby World Cup ahead of Samoa in the Pacific Nations Cup last year, and so I think that they should. I'm narrowly going to back them. So backing Tonga by 3. I think they should be the slightly better side currently. And then straight after that game, we have Fiji hosting Georgia. Both sides, beat those other two last weekend by narrow margins. I think it was 3 points and 1 point. So close games. I'm going to back Fiji at home to take that one and to beat Georgia by 3. I know Georgia went down to Pacific Islands and were unbeaten a couple of years ago. But yeah, I think Fiji, with their first time of topping up the Pacific Nations thing to qualify for the Rugby World Cup, I think they're the top side down there. I think Georgia will find it difficult. We then head up to Japan, where Japan host Italy again. Now, Japan won last weekend rather comfortably by 17 points, and I don't see why they shouldn't back up that victory with another one. Very good game, big crowds, etc. in that one, and I'm backing Japan to win that one by 10 and get that double over Italy. We then come down to New Zealand, where New Zealand will host France. Clearly, there was that blowout game last weekend, but it was close for the first 50 minutes, and then obviously the yellow card was caused New Zealand to pull away and win that one by, I think it was like 40 odd points in the end. I don't think, on the assumption that we don't have, I think France have got a lot to build on from last weekend. Have a listen to the DrivingMaul, the All Blacks edition, for kind of details about that, where I talk in depth about this with Herman and Arsrin. But I'm backing New Zealand to win this one again by 10. I think France have got a lot of things to build on. And as long as they don't get yellow carded and go down to 14 men, I think they will be closer to New Zealand this time round. We then head over to Melbourne for Australia v Ireland. Now, obviously, Ireland were disappointing last weekend and one-dimensional, just running into that yellow brick wall. But this weekend, apparently, it's going to be rainy and wet down in Melbourne. By the way, it's going to be dry in Wellington. And so, in a wet game, I think that gives Ireland the advantage, and I'm backing Ireland by 5 in that one. Then we head over to South Africa. Everyone has been massively hitting on England for that fourth loss on the trot. But the thing is, they lost just by 3 points to the Springboks, and England have never won a series down in South Africa. There's a lot of positivity around South African rugby at the moment with the new coach, etc. So I'm not anywhere near as down as everyone else. I think England have got a good chance of reversing this and winning by 3. So I think it'll still be a close one. It'll be a good clash and a great one to watch. I'm backing England to win that one by 3. We then head over to South America for Argentina hosting Wales. Now, Wales obviously got that good victory last weekend with a massive defensive effort. I'm going to back Wales to win this one again by 3, but you'd hope that we see something a bit more inventive from Argentina than we saw last weekend when they lost by 13. I still think that Wales have a good chance of coming away from this summer-June series with 3 victories. We then head up north for Canada versus Russia. Now, Canada and Russia, both these sides lost last weekend. Canada to Scotland and Russia to the USA. So I think Canada at home should win this one by 5. Both sides, had big losses last weekend. And the two sides they played then will meet in Houston. So yes, the USA hosting Scotland. A lot of positivity around the USA camp currently for their rugby, if not for their administration, which is going through all sorts of problems. But on the pitch side of things, there's a lot of positivity around this one, and they are hunting out their first ever T1 scalp. Scotland, with resting a lot of their first choice players, this is not going to be their full strength side by any stretch of the imagination. Even so, I still can't see the USA getting that much coveted T1 scalp, and I'm backing Scotland to win by 7. I think it'll be much closer than the Canadian game. The USA, obviously with their new Major League Rugby, their players are much better conditioned than normal. Still a long way short of the Tier 1 teams, but they're taking steps and heading in the right direction. So that's how I see it all. Really interested in your thoughts. Please give me your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit the old like button and that kind of stuff. That's all much appreciated as well if you have enjoyed the show. And enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend.